members of the media. I'm glad to give you the lineup of the new government of Zimbabwe following the harmonized elections. I will announce first ministers and their deputies, then later the ministers of state. I need to note from the outset that the cabinet has been reduced from 33, which was the case in the inclusive government, to 26, but with the 24 ministries. And the ministries stand as follows. We have agriculture, mechanization and irrigation, which is headed by Honorable Joseph Made as minister, and he has two deputies, one responsible for cropping, mechanization and irrigation development, who is David Murapira, and the other one responsible for livestock production, Hedishanda. We have Minister of Defense, Dr. ZANU, with no deputy for now. We have Minister Lazarus Dokora heading the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education. There has been a separation in order to give more focus to our education ministry, and he is going to be deputized by Professor Paul Mavima. We have energy and power development headed by Tikamai Mavaire and deputized by Mr. Munacho Mteso. We have environment, water, and climate to be headed by Honorable Xavier Kasukuere and deputized by Simon ZANU. We have finance, which is headed by Honorable Patrick Namasa, to be deputized by Dr. Samuel Undenge. We have foreign affairs with the same minister as before, Honorable Simbarashe Mbengegwi, deputized by Christopher Mtangwa. We have health and child care, not welfare, focusing on child care, to be headed by Honorable Dr. David Parenyatwa, deputized by Dr. Paul Meza. We have higher tertiary education, science and technology development, to be headed by Honorable Dr. Olivia Sena, deputized by Godfrey Gandawa. We have Ministry of Home Affairs, to be headed as before by Honorable Kembo Mohadi, deputized by Ziyambi. We have Industry and Commerce, headed by Honorable Mike Pima, to be deputized by Chiratizo Alice Mapua. We have Information Communication Technology, Postal and Courier Services, to be headed by Honorable Webster Shamu, deputized by Dr. Winnie Mlambo. We have Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, headed by Honorable Emerson Nangagwa, to be deputized by Fortune Chasi. We have Lands and Rural Resettlement, to be headed by Dr. Douglas Mombeshora and deputized by Tendai Savan. We have Local Government, Public Works and National Housing, to be headed by Honorable Dr. Ignatius Chombo, deputized by Joel B.B. Matiza. We have media, information and broadcasting services to be headed by Professor Jonathan Moyo and deputized by Super Manduanzira. We have mines and mining development to be headed by Honorable Walter Chidakwa, deputized by Freddie Moyo. We have public service, labor and social welfare to be headed by Honorable Nicholas Goche, to be deputized by Tongai Mzenda. We have small, medium enterprises and cooperative development to be headed by Honorable Stevie Sonyoni, deputized by Novet Mponora. We have sport, arts and culture, headed by Andrew Langa, deputized by Tabith Kanengoni Malinga. We have tourism and hospitality industry, headed as before by Honorable Walter Mzembi, to be deputized by Walter Kananga. We have transport and infrastructural development to be headed by Honorable Dr. Obed Pofu, deputized by Petronella Kagonye. We have women affairs, gender and community development to be headed by Honorable Opam Chinguri, deputized by Abigail Damasani. We have youth, indigenization and empowerment, economic empowerment to be headed by Honorable Francis Nema, deputized by Matthias Tongofa. We have two ministers of state who also sit in cabinet to make 26. We have a senior minister of state, Honorable Simon Kaya Moyo, and the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Honorable Didmas Mutasa. So that completes our cabinet lineup of 26 ministers. As I said, from 33 from the inclusive government. We also have ministers of state in the office of the President and the Vice President. Minister of State for Presidential Affairs in the office of the President, Honorable Flora Buka. We have Minister of State who will coordinate vocational and technical training, in other words, practical education, Honorable Josiah Umwe. What is known usually as psychomotor activities in education. In other words, he coordinates both from the primary, secondary, as well as higher education to ensure that the Ramasanga Commission of Inquiry recommendations are implemented. We also have the Minister of State in Vice President Mujuru's office, Honorable Sylvester Nguni. That's the Minister of State in the presidency, if you like. Then we have Ministers of State for Provincial Affairs representing the President. In other words, they represent the President in the provinces. As you are aware, the new constitution got dispensed with the institution of provincial governors and the resident ministers. But in terms of the new constitution, section 265, subsection 3, the President is empowered to appoint personnel who will coordinate the activities between central government